Alright, screw this shit. You know what? Get away from me. I'm gonna work my way back to the ship, but in the meantime, I'm gonna call it here. Hopefully nothing happens while I'm going to the ship. I'll probably start the recording and then go and then show in case anything happens. You'll see. I'll show you, unless it's just some random dialogue. But if a cutscene happens or a boss shows up, you'll see. We'll be fine. What's up, everyone? My name is Drexanz, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Rise.
When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
I wasn't prepared.
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Oh.
You two. Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
You two?
Avakir filled me in about everything.
Why does she look like she's...
how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
Mm-hmm.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
No
so
shit, dude.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
Well, that's a shame, bro.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
Yeah, all by himself. Easy peasy.
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
I can give a speech.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Yeah, we killed him.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
Let's just beat up everyone.
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we
Apparently.
want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease.
Become the Sovereign.
Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Dohalim?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well, then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Badass.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
The Sovereign...
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
My boy.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Look, it's God! He's
He
here.
should be in the crown contest. Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
My boy. He timed that perfectly. Perfect timing, Dohalim.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
Good job, Dohalim.
I
He
only
even
pray
put on
the
his old
relief will
outfit
tide the
for
city
it.
over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
Yes.
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan's
Who
society?
gives a boo-boo?
How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
Don't force him. Only if he wants.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return.
My boys.
But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But
He's the president.
how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things.
Money.
Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different.
That's true. He's got red hair.
I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Okay, Vice President. Where are you going?
I guess
That's
you're
a
not
dead
going to
end.
make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them.
Yeah, they're too inept, you know?
Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you're right. Alright. That was an unexpected start. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh my god. Ground Dasher. Increase down damage. Let's just do that one. Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Drexanz and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise.
Looks like the people of Lenegis
In
can rest easy.
the last
Couldn't have done it
episode.
without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
Everybody can share the credit here.
Shush. I speak. In the last episode, we beat up the red lady. She turned into a weird stand-looking thing. I don't know. But, yeah. So we beat her up. Volron is a dick, and he exploded again. I'm not super sure he's dead, but who knows with that guy. He could really do anything he wants at this point. But I got this new outfit, and I'm pretty happy about it. That happened before all that, though. I don't know why I added it on to the end. And that's it. Also, I was thinking about my theory, you know, that the Renans are just Danans who can use astral arts. Few holes in that theory, I've realized. You know, why do their eyes glow, for one? I don't think Rin's eyes glow, and she would technically be what is considered a Renan in that, you know, in that situation. So that doesn't work. But, you know what? The holes are there, and we just have to accept them. I'm working my way back to the ship as we speak. Also, forgot to mention that in the recap. But yes. How far away is it? Jesus Christ. This is taking a while. Jesus, mother of God. Oh my lord. Okay, it's fine. It's a long run. It's a run that's a long and run. Oh, this is where we were confronted. This is where we were confronted by that lady with the big cheeks. Okay, we're about here. This should take us to the area we need to be at. Oi! Hello, where's my ship? Is that it? That's it. Good. Good stuff. I guess we'll be seeing what Rena's about, though. Finally.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You're not wrong.
You can say that again.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
And now we have more problems to fix, too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissama. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
Yes. I've been prepared for a while.
What do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
What?
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
Ah!
What?
Jesus Christ! Stop. No. Wait. No, stop, please. Oh, wait. No. The first thing we faced, before we even get there, is indeed an attack. That was uncalled for. Yo, I don't want to be a spaghettied. No spaghettification! Why would you put me in a black hole? At least they didn't kill us outright. That was nice. That was nice of them.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
Why?
What's that?
Uh-oh.
The ship's
Dohalim.
controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
No, that's incredible.
Bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Man, those
Are they
red
trying
women.
to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
What? Let me see. Don't hide it from me. Oh. What? I don't know what planet that is. Well, it's not a planet anymore, I guess. Is that Rena? The fuck? Why? But why? Again, you do this? Okay. No, that's fair.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
What?
That flower looks like it's absorbing all of
What?
Rena's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
Nobody gonna talk about how Rena is
Do you think the people back
not a
on
planet.
Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you
great.
fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Ever? Probably
I don't
ever.
believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
Alf's just really stoic.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
But Dohalim, he's extra stoic. Jesus Christ!
Now what?
Oh my god. Oh my
The
god.
starship, it's back online?
Oh, thank you.
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Why did the red ladies teleport us just a couple... just so we could see that? Teleported us over here just so we could see the danger? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if we could stand on Rena. I don't think that is a planet. I don't know if it has gravity. I don't think it does. It kind of looked dead, to be honest. Kind of looks like it was partially blowed up.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Wasn't
Do
that
you think we
Lenegis?
might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
Probably the red ladies.
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile.
Yeah.
Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Are we? But the red ladies didn't even attack us. They just teleported us or something. Which is weird. Look around the area. This hair! Okay.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Well, with the red lady or the dying of Dana?
Our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours.
No, that's not.
Still, though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
You know.
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Yeah, with like a stick in the middle.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone
Well,
formidable
wise
enough
guy,
to bring our starship
Oh, there's a
along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
wise guy. Oh, we got everywhere we can go. Let's see. Let's try. Let's try that. Who's the wise guy here? Come on, show yourself, wise guy. We don't got all day, man. Oh, he's in a chamber. Who is it?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
There's a man. Man? A man. Oh, it's a black man. Wait, no.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move.
Maybe he's purple. I just meant black.
Tell me.
Never
Are
mind.
you the one who brought us here?
Yeah, man, come on. Tell us all about it, lingering Will.
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
Nice.
It can talk.
What are you?
You made an eyelash.
Hevrect 35.
A what?
Hevrect 35.
What?
Is that your name?
Correct.
It's a weird
What
name,
is this
dude.
place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
What?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Hey!
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Why? What?
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I don't understand.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it, without question, throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
What?
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Yeah, makes sense.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit.
Thanks, man.
Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest.
What?
Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
Oh, that's great.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Well, if you... What?
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
Hevrect.
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
I thought he isn't controlled here.
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
It's fair.
Vengeance? For what?
For being controlled.
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
Yeah.
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Are you...
Others?
The cool guy?
Just how many of you are there?
The leader man?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Who's the others? Others whom? You, man. You explained nothing. What's this? It seems to manage Hevrect 35's condition. Loss of vital signs are displayed. Let me be the judge of that. I can't see it. Yeah, that's great. That's cool stuff. It's the same thing! He doesn't need 2 vitals? Okay, where exactly are we meant to go?
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
We were gonna do it anyway, let's be honest.
The conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
Yes.
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
It's a good question.
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrect 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
There were little
Maybe
robots.
it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter.
Yeah, whoever the fuck they are.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. Except I don't know where the hell they are. This looks locked, I'm gonna be honest. Who are the others? Are there some Renans? Okay, so we're thinking that... that what? The Renans are... Danans? Am I... no, maybe? Who knows? Okay, where... lower level, I guess? Where did I go? I went to the center? Ayo! Anything in here? What is this? Oh, it's like a... it's a 3D model of the thing we're in. Oh, what's over here? There's 2 directions to go. I'm checking the opposite direction. What? What? Okay, never mind. There's nothing over here. We'll check the other side. I am confused. And I really don't... I mean, I get it vaguely enough, you know? But, man, it's a lot of info. Renans!
Who are they?
Danans? Renans.
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Oh. Good voice.
Are you a Renan?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
Okay. I have a lot of questions, like what the fuck is a Renan?
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Okay.
Have you guys lived up here in Dag Fazel with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
These names.
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans.
Oh.
As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means.
What?
In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
What?
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
Well, she's not.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrect 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Makes sense.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis?
Special.
Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead.
Fair.
Things are going just
Very
fine with
fair.
the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
I've still... that didn't answer much. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, what do you have to say, my guy?
Can we
Explain
talk
it.
to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well,
Great.
for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Explain it.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Explain it.
Tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Okay. Bruh. You've
But if
just...
that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
You've killed Dohalim.
There aren't, but there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language, people of Rena.
Oh, great.
What need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction.
Yes.
In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astral arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that
Why are we
practically
focusing on
invisible,
him?
which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough. You needn't tell us anymore.
I know, it's weird.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal.
Yeah, well,
They're
personally,
also
you know.
mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
Yeah, okay.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Thanks for filling us in, dick ass.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
What do you mean? That's how...
Dohalim.
I mean, it's kind of just forced
Just when I
evolution.
think
It's
we're
not
getting
that
to the bottom
different.
of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
And
It's
let's hope
just...
this is our last revelation for a while.
No, it's not, hopefully. I mean, I kind of get why they'd be upset, but it really is just a... It's just a little speed through the evolution process, you know? Evolution.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes.
Suck
Was
up,
to use
Dana.
Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient.
That's normal.
Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied.
Yeah, that guy sucked.
The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans and Helganquil that
Wow,
day.
what a dick. What a piece of crap.
For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps.
Yeah,
A
Shion.
new Sovereign had to be made as well.
Wait, then why is
It
Shion
was
a
such
maiden?
tremendously difficult work. Its success was dubious. But from the look of things, It would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Oh. Great.
Hevricht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes. And yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
Surely.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that
It's not
these
like
guys
his
have been
world,
living
man.
alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still
Well,
trying
yeah.
to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Everything
you know,
that's happened, everything
God's a
we've
prick.
endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the
That's a
Renan
good
Great Spirit
idea.
really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay.
Yeah. I don't
Sure
know.
you don't wanna be alone
Dohalim
right
seems
now?
to be in immediate danger.
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm
Okay.
interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Hey,
Everyone's
my party.
just gone their own way, huh?
I was having a party.
Let's hit up each spot.
I am confused. Well, no, I'm not confused, to be honest. It's pretty straightforward. But it is extremely odd. It's all very weird. It's a very weird situation we find ourselves in. But I gotta be honest, you know. I knew the whole time. I'm just so smart. Yeah. It appears to maintain constant monitoring and to nothing approaches Dike Faisal. Dike Faisal. Whatever the fuck they call it. I don't know. I don't remember what its name is. This is some weird shit. It's weird shit. So the Rena, what? I don't. How did the Helganquil make the Rena then? Was that guy implying that they like implanted shit into some Danans and made them some weird biological cyborgs or something? Didn't I call them robots at the very beginning when Shion like used one of the little touchpads? I swear I did. I swear I did. So you guys robots or some shit? I don't...
Easy.
Androids? Cyborgs? Cyborg androids? I knew this from the start. You can't stop me, man. You can't hide anything. I know it all. I don't even need to try. It just comes right to me. Just forget everything else I've gotten wrong. Just cherry pick the things I got right. Put them in the pile and leave the other ones away. They're gone. Thank you. All right. I'm going to call it here. Thank you everyone for watching, and make sure to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, make sure to ring the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I'll see you all in the next episode. It's getting weird. It's getting crazy. Bye-bye for now.